I know, I wish getting a can shot at you didn't hurt that bad.
Why? You want to fire people like a can at people?
I mean, you know, that would be incredibly dangerous, right?
You would kill them, yes. It would be very dangerous.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, how's it going? Yeah, I did the bit again of me walking in. It wasn't a bit this time. I actually just was wearing a different shirt. I was wearing my workout shirt, which I felt was too tight. That's just a real thing I thought and felt. And I'm sharing it with you because this is a tell-all. I'm gonna tell all, man. I bought a shirt that was too tight. It's a workout shirt. It's one of those cool ones that has like fucking Nike Battle Tech. And I bought it and it was expensive. It was like a $50 shirt. It's the most expensive shirt I've ever bought. And it was too tight for the internet. What does that say about me? I bought the shirt. Because the sad detail is I'm never gonna have real muscles. Hell, I have to work this hard 6 days a week. I work out to look like this. A tongue depressor with gum stuck to it in very specific spots. And I can't even get the confidence to wear the shirt. Maybe it wasn't even the confidence. I just didn't feel like it was the correct setting. Okay, because you can wear as tight as clothes as you want. It's just, this is supposed to be a regal address. This is me addressing the masses. And when I say masses, I'm well aware I mean like Donald Trump inauguration sized masses that I'm going to, in my mind, over-exaggerate almost every day so I feel better about myself. It is so fucking hot in my house. But that's not what you're here about. It's a state of the garbage, baby. You saw that new header? God, I fucking hope that new header rendered. I was having problems with it before, and if not, boy, that's just going to be so embarrassing. I should pay someone to do that, not me. How's it going, everyone? I never hear from you anymore. Some of you. I hear from some of you a lot, honestly. We talk almost every day. But some of you, you're passive viewers. I'm really abusing this. And the worst thing is I only have the ability to press the fade button. I can't reach the space bar. Every single time I press this button, it's like I'm about to, I'm learning a lesson or addressing the audience, being like, wow, I guess I never realized that Mr. Feeney was a person too. And under that old, thick mustache were lips that I wanted to kiss. No longer did I want to tongue punch Topanga's... Wow, I'm so glad this is behind a paywall. I'm glad you guys came back. Whoever's back here for 2 and continue to pay for this, thank you. Anyone who joined the Patreon this week, it seems a little excessive to call them out on the state of the garbage, but I'm going to do it anyway because it means a lot. I'm very... Oh, shit. Are people liking Modelo time? Is that what's going on? Dude, thank God. This is in 1080-60. Fuck yeah. Thank God people are watching my Modelo time video. Because I had to do the thing I don't like to do, which is film someone I didn't know in public at the beach and cut it together and premiere for that video. So I hope you motherfuckers liked it. When we started this whole new Patreon push, I didn't want people to think that I was extorting them for cash. I mean, I am, but I don't want people to think that. I'm kidding. If you don't think I'm kidding, watch last week's State of the Garbage because I am very sensitive about this stuff, and I wanted it to feel like you're getting your money's worth, and I really feel like we pulled it off in some respects. In a lot of respects, we didn't really fumble that much. We fucked up some recording stuff and wasted too much time on things, which there's some streamlining to do. The overall thing was like I'm happy with what we did, which is crazy because so much things, even that sentence I'm not proud of. But we set out to create a premium service for the people who support our show, and we did the college try, and we did a solid B+, and I'm excited about it. And I'm excited for the power that this gives us creatively. I'm always like, well, you always have to look at these things as work, and I don't feel bad that we're charging for it because it is work and they're getting things for it. But at the same time, I get to talk endlessly, and I want to reiterate that that is very important to my psyche and ego, and you're watching it, so you're fucking enabling me, and it's a huge problem. But the fact that Coral and Joey were able to make this weird morning show, or the fact that Coral's Corner was a thing, which was a joke that I still think is funny, and the fact that it is made increases exponentially how funny I see it in my eyes. And then even how much fun I had playing a video game, streaming on the internet, playing Mario Party this Friday, and drinking beer, which I hate. All of that sentence I don't like. But we were able to turn it into something that was really fun. It takes the pressure off things, and everyone got to enjoy it and feel like they got their money's worth. And if I'm wrong, feel free to hit me up on Discord. That's a great place. Somebody asked me today, you like porn? Which I do, but listen, if I learned anything from my grandpappy, it's you don't respond to that truthfully. Because I do. But probably not that guy's porn. I also saw a picture today on Twitter. Someone's got like a stick, like a tree branch through their nuts. Man, I'm really for Twitter being like, hey, laissez-faire, we're not going to, hey, you can show dicks if you want on Twitter. But at the same time, oof, that is, hate to be a stick in the old dick, but that was too much. But this is the same guy who asked me, hi, Alex, so how's your spelled incorrectly, sex life, question mark. He also said, you know I watch your shoe. I know you see me. Answer, nani? And then he just asked me today, you like porn? So I'm confused about how my dad got a Discord profile. But regardless, that's what my DMs look like. So here's what I want to say. First week, success. We had people sign up, which is really awesome. I made it very clear in the last Day of the Garbage that if even 1/3 or 1/4 of our audience did any kind of movement on Patreon, like we would be so good. Because we're like so close to breaking even. So close. And that really is something that I've never experienced before with much of anything I've done. Which doesn't mean I've necessarily failed. Businesses don't really turn. Whoa, what the fuck, camera? Jesus Christ. Was it fucking Modelo time? Focus up. What? There we go. So the fact that we had people sign up is not only like helpful, but it's like hopeful that people enjoy what we're doing and are excited about it and are excited to grow with it. Because we have a lot of really interesting ideas, and I would love for people to watch it. And also, Patreon helps. Just when I have to, at the end of the day, fucking hang up my fucking floppy dick hat and put on a floppy dick hat with like a piece of money speared through it, and that's my business hat. But naturally, everything's got to have a dick on it. I can go like, oh, this is making sense. And like all the other stuff that's fun, I can continue to not feel bad about because it's turning over some sort of money to pay people, and it's all for something that is, at the end of the day, a decent business decision. So thank you guys for supporting that, showing faith in what we're doing, and watching this again, you fucking idiots. I really want to hit home that you could be watching, I don't know what's good, fucking House of Cards, Modern Bang Theory, whatever my mom likes. NCIS, they're still making that show. Anything is just sheer entertainment value better than this. But you're watching it, you idiot. Now, let's get into, I want to get into this week too. It was all around, wow. We had a great show Monday, an awesome show Wednesday, and I feel like Friday was even better, but you heard me hesitate because I put the best adjective in the middle, and I don't know what's better than awesome without making up a word. So I'm just going to say an even awesomer show on Friday. Even that felt disingenuous. I didn't believe in that. And a dick-thrustingly, ball-blastingly, ass-leakingly... We had a great week. And we did some things and took some swings on Friday that were, like, obviously really weird and interesting. But they were less about what we were doing in the moment and more about, like, what does it look like if we set a green screen up in my kitchen? And I'm not standing behind the joke we made or anything we did. But I am saying it was important we did it because we got to, like, it felt so good to, like, make a production thing, and it was in my kitchen. That was very funny to me, but also it was very reassuring that, like, oh, we can throw up a green screen. This is a real thing. We remember how to make things. And I think going forward, we're going to look at our operation and try to remember that, like, we know how to make things that other people don't. And some of that is weird bits and green screen stuff and things that look better than a lot of things on Twitch. And we're really going to try to, like, hone in on that. A lot of people were asking a lot of things about when we were going to think about doing that. I think we're doing that. The thing is, like, I'm always thinking about those things, but the one thing I've learned from all of this is, like, we know how to do a lot of shit, and we don't have time to do all of it with the resources that we have. In fact, at the attack, we didn't listen to that, so a lot of stuff didn't work the first time, and we wasted a lot of time. And I'd like to think that I've learned a little bit of something about how to move people around. And if I didn't have the attack previous, I'd be very frustrated about how fast things move, because when you're trying to do something that's out of the norm, it's a lot of pulling your punches instead of just punching wildly into the distance. And that is something that in my life I have been the worst at, has been like, we got to do it now. We got to do it now. We got to do it now. And that all came from a piece of advice I got, because I was always so scared of, like, putting something out into the world because it wasn't ready yet. And I was like, well, I just need more time to make it, or I need to wait to the right time. But you're never going to get to the right time. So someone was like, hey, why don't you just do it and you'll figure it out as you go? And I confused that with do everything all at once so you can get better at it faster. But that's not the case. You got to focus on one thing at a time. And this week we wanted to focus on Patreon and just a little bit of trying new things on the show. And that's really what it's going to be for the next 2 weeks. Honestly, like, you know, I would love to dream up some more merch or some weird, like, YouTube video, or a lot of things, honestly. A lot of things, but more different shows and stuff. But even, like, last week, I said we were going to do a new show this week. And I really looked at everything and I was like, well, fuck, we have so many things to figure out that it's just not a good idea. Because I want to figure out stuff with our show first. And there is going to be a big change after next weekend. Next Monday is going to be, we're going to just change up the look a little bit and restructure some of my house so it makes more sense. And that stuff, it's all pushing things around and making sure things happen in the right order so we don't waste any time. And so we actually move in the right direction without, you know, just walking one way and then punching a different direction and then fucking crop dusting behind us. Like, we just can't. We got to focus on what we're doing. Come on. Fucking drunk ass camera. Jesus. But that's why this week I was so proud, because we did new things and we tried new things, and I felt like some behind the scenes processes streamlined. So overall, I'm super happy about this week, which I'm not happy about anything in this world. So that is the one shiny beacon of light in my world of darkness and cold blackness. Oh, and all that happened and we're one short. Which is, I mean, first of all, Nick, holy shit, dude. You were holding us back. But also, now that we have another fucking egg in the basket, let's get the chickens around and have a fucking accounting party. Nick's coming back. We can do more things technically. We have another guy who can help us out with a lot of stuff. So very cool to have Nick back. And honestly, Coral did every single part of your job. So yeah, if I didn't love you, he's out. And that's not even my opinion. Coral was fucking, I don't know what this means, but she would do that, and then she would, like, pour half her Modelo out. She would say, for the homies, and then she would take a Mac 11 out and spray it into the air, and she'd hit a crow, and the crow would hit the ground, and she'd take it, and she'd bite the fucking legs off, like Ozzy Osbourne or whatever, and I'd be like, I thought you were a vegetarian, and she'd be like, I thought you were a vegetarian, and then she fucking turns around and takes a dump. And I'm like, whoa, this just got so much crazier than I thought it was going to be. Coral, you're scaring me. And she's like, of course I am, fool, because I'm all in your mind. I'm a fucking ghost. She disappears. Coral's never been real. She's been haunting all us motherfuckers. And Nick, you're fired, dude. Just kidding. We need you, Nick. Holy shit. I want to talk about more work stuff. Let's talk about the future. The future of cyber garbage, even in its immediacy. You heard me taking the phone call. I'm going to put that as a cold open with my brother. He called me. Now, I don't have the beginning of that conversation. But let's just say, because there's no way to cross-check it, I picked up the phone. My brother Joe, very conservative doctor, said, it's Modelo time, fool. And I heard him spray a Mac 11 into the sky. And I heard fucking Coral's car start. Okay? She wants that crow. But that's going to be really weird if I cut that out. Now I got to leave it in. But he said it's Modelo time, fool. And when a man of that caliber, of that mental capacity says it's Modelo time, I know something's up. And he proposed a Modelo automated drinking hat. Now, normal drinking hat's great. Very fun. 2 straws go into a mouth. You give it a good suck. You get that Dello, my fellow. But he proposed a Modelo hat. I don't know what we can do and how we can tie it in with the show. But that hat now makes it so it's not a question of if it's Modelo time. The hat decides it's Modelo time. And then you are subject to Modelification. Okay? If you're Mo Mandel and it's Modelo time, well, you better call Howie, because that's a Modelo time. Okay? Is Mo Mandel a person? Is that a celebrity I made up? Mo Mandel. He is an actor. There we go. So that is in the works. That is something. He told me the price, which I'm going to be clear, was $100, which is, listen, if you have an idea and you come into my Shark Tank and you say it is $100, I don't give a shit if I have no use for it. I am getting it. That is, if you ever have something you'd like me to invest in and the price is capped at $100, I will take $100 out of my wallet, or I'll find the nearest ATM, or like cash back. If I go to a Wahoo's Fish Tacos and they have cash back, I will pull out $100 and give it to you, because that is how excited I am about the prospects of Modelification. So I was like, I pulled the trigger, build one. He said, would you like 2? I said, that is $200 out of my price range. Let's see how one works. I thought, hey, we got Zin. He is a computer master. He could develop some sort of Arduino web-powered device so someone in Milwaukee could go boom. Or maybe in Oaxaca, Mexico, they could go Es Modelo time. Press a button somewhere on the internet, some switches flip. You could tell how lazy I am whether I edit that out or not. And I fucking get blasted into my gullet. A Model? That's the next level of Modelo time. What is this? There we go. So that's what I'm saying. It's about to be automated Modelo time. I started kind of putting together a document of some stuff I wanted to see on Patreon, some more fun ideas. One of them is pretty lazy, which I think I want to just do a Cribs episode of Joey and Nick's apartment, because one, they talk about it a lot and I think people should see it, and 2, I want to show off Nick's computer chair, because Nick is a man who plays mostly on his computer. He works on his computer often, and he has a computer chair that's probably, when he bought it, $35. And that, when he bought it, was 10 years ago. So he has this dilapidated, leather-worn Office Max special that looks like, if you drove by it on the side of the road, you'd be like, that motherfucker is haunted by the ghost of bedbugs. And I just want to show that off. So maybe, hey, is it a whole thing for one gag? Yes. Am I still excited about it? Yes. Do I think we're going to be able to do it if they allow me to? Yes. So more Patreon stuff. And I'm looking forward to another awesome week. I really am psyched with like some of the weirdest stuff we started to do on Friday, and how much fun the shows were. And I just hope Nick doesn't ruin it, honestly. So that's happening. Let's get to the questions now, because that's what the people want to hear. That's what the people want to listen to. That's what the people want answered. What the fuck, dude? Are people still stealing my meme? Oh, no, never mind. Let's get into some questions. I'm not going to make a header for this, but I'm going to do it now. First question comes from Breadway. Will Kevin ever come onto the show? Or Jeremy? Or Yaniv? Yes. I mean, I want to invite them. It's hard because they are adults with a relationships and they want to go home and like spend time with their families and shit. Like, it's stupid. Come to my house. Come hang out with me in my 1-bedroom house on the show. They should, though. I'll invite them. That's a good idea. Spaceman Spiff, have you guys ever thought about doing more segments with fan interaction? No, I fucking hate those guys. I know this is being a small crew. It's difficult to organize a segment with fans, possibly incorporating Snapchat segment again. With how active our community is, I think we can provide quite a bit of content, you guys. Absolutely. Yes. And to do that, we would have to get way ahead of our shows because great idea. All the attack community segments were me coming and be like, guys, I'm tired of writing shit. Let's have them do it. That was all. That always came from me being like, these guys are way funnier than me, and I need to not have to write something one day. And every single time we did it, it was so much fun. So after I did it the first time, I was like, fuck, we got to keep doing these. And the answer is yes. But every time I think about one, it's like the night before the show, because we are in a bad cycle of writing the shows the day before the show and then doing the show and putting all the things together right before it all happens. So it requires a little bit of foresight, which we are lacking right now, which we need to fix. So the second we really start blocking stuff out like a week at a time, then yes, I can be like, oh, we're doing that. We should reach out to people now so we can get submissions for that thing so people can have time to think about it. But the answer is yes. And it's honestly something that literally the past 2 meetings we've had conversations about, and then we have not been able to get in front of the ball on. So I very much yes, Spaceman Spiff, but it is all the second you see one, we have got our shit together enough to be at least one show ahead on ideas. So that is a litmus to how well we're doing. Think about that. Remember that. Have you guys thought about? Oh, I just read that. All right, question. Why don't you put cyber garbage on your merch? Says T-shirt guy. Maybe this would be better. Why wouldn't you put cyber garbage on your merch? It's vexing to me why you wouldn't. Interesting. Because I feel like the first design was a little bit too small and simple for it. We thought about it and it didn't look good. Because it was all so small and it just looked good with a little logo right there on the pocket area. It wasn't a real pocket, but on the chest. So we were like, no. Then for the tank top, it looked weird again. Like we did the GTV logo and then we did in the MTV font or the music television font, cyber garbage, and it just didn't look right. And honestly, that one was we didn't want to make the tank tops $25, and it was like we had to add another color to do that, and that made it more expensive, like $2 or $3 more expensive to add, because once you go over a certain amount of colors, it's way more expensive, and we were like, fuck, okay, take it off. So on the next one, maybe it's all on the design, and I people are always like, why don't you put the URL somewhere, like so people know, so I'm like a walking billboard, and it's very flattering that they ask that. But I'm almost like, if people want that, so they can show that what the people, so they can show people what the show is, and people can go to the URL and stuff. I rather people ask, hey, that's a cool logo. What is that? And where can I see it? Because that allows somebody to have a conversation about what it is and try to explain it. Because if I see, I'm bombarded with advertisements all the time. Every billboard has the URL on it, and I don't go to any of them. But if I was like, oh, that's cool. What is that? And they're like, it's fucking Miller Lite, bitch. And I was like, oh, fuck, he's excited about Miller Lite. I'll go drink 12 of them and then fucking kick my cat. Whatever you want to do. Like, I feel like that's more effective than putting the URL in there. Why the name isn't on there? Honestly, first time it didn't look good. Second time it was more expensive. So that's why. But it's a good note. I mean, definitely. I don't know what our next piece of, well, I do know what our next piece of merch is. Probably going to be hats. But in terms of shirt, which we're going to do another shirt sometime, I want to... I think, yeah, we could put the logo on it if it makes sense for the graphic. If not, if it's just a big picture of me and I'm smiling and I'm Calvin from Calvin Hobbes and I'm pissing on a cyber garbage logo and it doesn't look good, then maybe we won't do it. But if you guys want it on there, let's do it. Question for the state of the garbage. I've been a fan for a while. And I've seen a handful of members of the community leave, and it makes me feel sad that someone would that you would interact with would just disappear. So my question is, do you ever notice when someone in the chat community leaves? Does that bother you? Absolutely, man. I love how I'm controlling the cameras and I looked at the wrong one. Absolutely, man. People. It doesn't happen a lot on Discord. I think people understand that I'm very active with chatting on there and hanging out. But like anytime I message somebody back, especially kids on Snapchat, they're like, "Oh my God, thank you for responding. I am hilariously unfamous. I am hilariously unimportant. So you guys are all my friends. I don't have any reason to forget any person. If you guys have spoken once, like if anyone new ever comes in the Discord and I don't see their hey welcome message, like I know that they're new. Like I know everyone's name. And when people leave, do I notice it after a while? Yeah, I go, I don't know where that person went. And does it make me feel sad? Yeah. It's like, a lot of the times the whole like, oh, well, we lost a viewer business thing doesn't even come to my mind. It's like I don't get to talk to that person anymore. But it's not my place to, people have shit to do, and I understand that like different things mean different things to different people. That is hilariously unintelligent of me what I just said. Different things mean different. I almost said it again. Wow, I still didn't in 20 seconds. I didn't come up with a better way to say that. But maybe they're just like, hey, I enjoyed the show and it was good for a time, and then I found something else, or I died or something or whatever. Like it's fine, man. The people can move on to other stuff. It's not my place to be like, where'd they go? Like I get it. They have other shit they want to do or watch, and that's fine. Or they didn't click with something or another, and that's totally fine. But am I sad? Yeah. Yeah, man. I am. And I don't understand why a lot of the times, but it's not my place. Not my place to do that. Even in the fact that a lot of people were lost during the attack crossover, and I've been trying to understand that, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. I've been told a lot of things that people, the reasoning, and a lot of it is weird and not really based in any truth or anything, but it's just not my place to bother people about their personal lives and stuff. Like, I'm concerned, and I'm always down to talk if people want to talk, but I'm not gonna pester anybody about it. It doesn't seem right to me to be like, where'd you go? So I'm also not a guy to hold a grudge, and nor am I ever mad if anybody leaves. So if anyone ever wants to come back, come on back. It's good to have you. But if they leave, you also shouldn't feel bad about that. If anyone deletes their patronage, you shouldn't feel bad about that. If you fall out of love with me, you don't have to feel bad about that. So do you ever notice? Yes. Does that bother you? Yes. Honestly, it does, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, except be excited when they come back. So yes, it does. Aunt Boy said, is there ever going to be more East Coast meetups? Yeah. So here's why I feel bad about answering yes to that. It was because I was home in the East Coast, but it was for like 3.5 days, and I had a lot of shit I had to do. I was in like the beach for a lot of it. I went back to New Jersey, and then I immediately met up with my friends, and it was a pretty whirlwind weekend. But when I'm home for the holidays, I always do it because I have a lot more time, and I'm just trying to get away from my family. So, and I do want to see you guys. And everyone's always home, and a lot of people live on the East Coast, and they're all located in New York, around New York City usually, so that's where I do it. But yes, I mean, be sure there's going to be one at around the holidays, whatever you celebrate. But yeah, there is going to be more. And they're fun, and boy, and I hope you come out, because I had fun last time. I had fun the time before, and I wish there was more things that happened on the East Coast. I'm looking at you, New York Comic Con, which was October last year. I don't know when it was this year. Did it already happen? Whatever. But if anyone pays me to go to an event in the East Coast, Lord knows I'm going to meet up there. But it's tough. I know a lot of people live there, and I'm not there often, and it sucks. Akodu Roku finally asked, how many bears could the Cyber Garbage crew successfully defeat as a team? Now, that's a dumb question, because I don't know why we'd ever fight the Bears. Now, that's an interesting question because I feel like one. I've decided one because here's what you do. You feed the bear the most delicious person, which we know is Nick. Well, the answer is just one bear because there's only one way we could defeat it. And that is you feed them you feed them Nick, which is the spiciest member. They get indigestion. They have so much diarrhea that they just die of bear dysentery. And then we can cut them open and huddle inside them like the Revenant. And once Nick's gone, we're fucked. There's a second one. Coral tastes like kale. Joey tastes like salt. And me, I taste like capicola. No, it's probably some terrible sauerkraut or something. But I really think Nick's our only chance. I really think just feeding Nick to the bear is the one chance we got. And then when he gets the runs, we can scrape together some sort of plan to kill him. And that's it. So those are the questions. Thank you. Those really ranged from levels of seriousness or not, which I like. So keep them coming at all levels of importance. Oh, they were all important. I take that back. All levels of seriousness, and I will continue to answer them. Speaking of all levels of seriousness, thank you for joining me for this entire chat. That's what it's been, babies. That's what it's all been. It's been, hey, we've gotten serious. But always remember what we learned. Mr. Feeney is a hot piece of ass, and below that tweed suit, probably fucking abs you could wash your clothes on. Yeah, Feeney. Feeney. More like Mr. Peeny. So thanks for watching again. Thanks for watching more self-indulgent bullshit. I love you. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Because I'll fucking kill them. Because I don't love them. But I love you. Some lady came. Look at this shit. Some lady came to my house on Handy. And she, before I left, I was like, okay, just make sure to just press the lock button on my door before you leave. And she was like, hey, listen, I'm going to need you to rate me 5 stars. Because if I get one more bad review, I will make less money on Handy, which is an app I hate. Don't use it. That's not what she said. That's what I said. But I was like, okay, interesting thing to tell me before I leave you in my house alone to clean. But I left anyway. And God damn it, it was the best clean I've ever experienced my entire life. I will say, she moved every single thing to a different location. She fucked up everything, and then she left a Gatorade in my refrigerator. But I have never had a more thorough clean in my entire life. And I'm interested to know in my own brain if I would use her eventually again, because I don't have her queued up right now because she kind of scared me. But she was so serious about giving me a 5-star rating. She wrote on a piece of my paper towel with a pen. I don't know where she found a pen. I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't have a pen in my house. So fucking Lord knows where she got this pen. Did she bring the pen? That's weird too. But she wrote, please don't forget to rate me a 5-star. Okay, now correct grammar. And please leave a comment on what you liked best. And then I don't know what this says. Is this the word thanks? It looks like THT_KS. Ashley, your penmanship is fucking garbage. But my house is fucking clean and I can't find anything. Brooklyn had to look for keys for 15 minutes and I don't know where my hand lotion is. And Daddy just open up the horse races and he's got to get lubed up. So I'm going to spend more time looking for my shit. Thank you guys for watching as always. I love you all. I'm going to go sue some people on Instagram for stealing my memes and try to find my hand lotion. That's been it for the State of the Garbage. And I'm going to walk away to put my tight shirt back on. Ooh, baby.